This was upsetting.
What am I doing? Clean up all of this mess. I've had enough. I'm a little bit stuck. Oh yeah. Can I turn my 6N into a 6N2? Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. Now today it's a pretty exciting day because I'm finally starting work on my 6N Polo's engine swap. And in case you've missed it in previous videos, we're going from an automatic 8 valve to this manual 16 valve from a 6N2, as well as swapping all the interior, pretty much reshelling the 6N2 into the 6N. Now you might be wondering, why go through all that effort when you could just keep a 6N2? Well, because I can. I think a good starting point on this project is going to be pulling out the interiors. Just makes sense so we can get access to everything behind the dash, and we're going to be swapping it all anyway. So we're going to go from this 6N interior, which isn't in bad condition, but I just want to modernize it a little bit, to this 6N2 interior. So we'll start from there and see where it takes us. Quick little progress update for you all. Just about all of the interior other than the dashboard is removed, and I kind of got a bit disappointed to find more rust than I thought. This is the worst bit of it, which I already knew about all of that. I didn't realize the other side had gotten almost to the same point. And then there's a little bit around the boot seal as well, which is savable. Driver's door, it's fine, but this was upsetting. I didn't think I'd have to do both sides, but I think the current plan is to just keep going on with it, probably get it to the point where I can drive the car with the new engine. Yes, the other side is also starting to go, so it is way beyond my capabilities of repair and what tools I have. So we'll get the engine swap done, get it running, driving, pretty much have the interior at this point where there's no carpet or anything in the rear, just get some seats and the dash in, and then take it somewhere that can fix the rust, because I have a couple cars I can get rust cuts from. So yes, the joys of working on cheap old Volkswagens. But for now, I'm going to clean up all of this mess of parts that I have put everywhere, and then probably leave it for today because I've had enough, and I will start fresh tomorrow, get the dash out, and then crack into pulling the interior out of this one, which hopefully is not nearly as brittle as the 6Ns. Plan for today is to, at the very least, get the dashboard out of the 6N. As far as I can tell, there are two little screws, one on each side of them. There's a couple behind there somewhere. I'm gonna have to take this metal piece out first, and then a couple more behind the cluster, behind the ducting for that. In all honesty, I'm just figuring out as I go, so I'm not going to bore you with footage of me going, what am I doing? I'm just going to cut to the chase and circle back once I have some more progress for you. Dashboard is removed. Wasn't actually too difficult. So there are these LT25 screws on the sides, two 10mm nuts behind the passenger airbag. 10mm nut down there, T20 Torx, two T20 Torxes, two more 10mm nuts, obviously the other T25 on the side, and then there were two plastic 10mm nuts holding this little control module on. So not too bad. And the wiring loom does run over this section, but that just pushes down and you can push the wiring loom through that, and then it's all free. You can see the two bolt holes on each side for those 10mm nuts. They just go behind the ducting for the air vents. So you just pull those out, pull the center one out as well to get the wiring out of the way, and that's all there is to it. I think before I go too much further stripping like the wiring loom, engine, all of that from the 6N, I'll start getting the 6N2 to a similar state. So we'll get all the seats out, headliner, dashboard, door cards. Basically do what I've just done to that, but on the donor car. So I guess enjoy another time lapse of me pulling apart a car, and I'll check back in with you shortly. A little bit stuck trying to get the dashboard out of the 6N2, mostly due to the airbag, which obviously you can't get to from the top of the dash, can't get to it from under, and I'm trying to figure out where to unbolt the bracket that holds the airbag in. I don't know. It's hot, I'm tired, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go inside and try figure this out later. I think I figured it out. After a bit of Googling, I stumbled across an old forum thread where someone was also trying to remove the dash from a 6N2, and there was a nice step-by-step guide on how to do it with pictures, but unfortunately the pictures wouldn't load and the steps were referencing bolts on the pictures, so that didn't really help. But the last step did mention removing the scuttle panel, taking out the cabin air filter and the housing, and then there should be 4 bolts to undo from this side. So there's 2 lower ones and there's 2 up higher. So I'm going to try undoing those and see if I have some success after that. Well, I could have sworn the forum thread said there were 4 of these, but I found 2 little 13mm bolts here, so let's see if I have released the dash. Nah. Odd. Never mind, I did find the other 2. They are just buried. There's one there. Another one there. Nice. Yes. Oh yeah, we did it. Now I can go fight the wiring to get the dash out, and then I can do seats, front carpet, and then maybe start comparing some stuff between the two. Well, I got there in the end. Dash is out. There were a couple more hidden screws that I didn't see. One going through there, and the other one was through one of these holes, just to keep all the ducting in. And if you look here, you see the 4 bolt holes basically holding that in, so that came out with the dashboard. A lot easier than trying to get the airbag out. The important thing is the dashboard is out, and now I'm at that stage where I'm like, why am I doing this? It's not too late to turn back, but it would be a massive waste of time if I do. But I'm stubborn, so I'm gonna keep going, I guess. I am starting to notice some slight differences with things as well. So that setup is different to the 6N, but that's fine because we'll be swapping all of that. Also notice the connectors on the side mirrors are different, so we'll have to run the 6N2 mirrors, which isn't a bad thing. I'll just have to paint them at some point, or just leave the current 6N mirrors on and not be able to adjust them until I do something about it. What else? Oh, the roof liner. That fought me a lot because whoever replaced this windshield used way too much sealant and glued the front edge of the roof liner to the car. So I had to attack it with a Stanley knife and cut it. So I don't think I'm going to be putting that in the 6N at any point, because the other issues are I don't have a screw hole, obviously, for the center sun visor, and the grab handles are slightly different and won't fit directly. 6N ones might work with that roof liner, but I feel like it's going to be a different shape in this region, so I'll just stick with the 6N one. That's not a huge deal. Another difference I've noticed is the interior door handles. As you can see, they are different sizes, and the way they mount is slightly different too. So these 3 mounting tabs are the same position, but this little retaining pin is in a different spot, which on the inside of the 6N's doors. We do not have a hole for it, so we'll just have to drill a little hole into that to make it work. Yeah, just lots of really small differences that we won't know about until we come across them and then try and figure out ways to make it all work. But for now, I'm going to crack on with this, get the front seats out, all the tools and the hundreds of screws that I had to pull out of the dash, and get the carpet, and possibly start being smart and start labeling what all the plugs are for, so I don't have to play the guessing game later on. I need to not rely on my memory because I've played that game before and it has not gone well for me in the past, so I should probably label things. Yes, we continue. Now we have 2 Polos with stripped out interiors. Good fun, good fun. was also just comparing the carpets between the two, and I will probably end up using the original 6N carpet, mostly because the heel pad on this one is destroyed, and it should work. The only differences I'm noticing are the cutouts for the ducting. It's under the seat. That one's obviously one narrow cutout. This has two squares, and then the up the front is slightly different as well, but I'll make it work because I'd rather cut up some carpet and make it fit than have that under my feet, because that's disgusting. The question now is though, can I turn my 6N into a 6N2? And I know the swap can be done, and it's probably been done a load of times, but it's more a question of my capabilities, as I'm already starting to feel a bit out of my depth. So I guess you'll just have to subscribe and follow along on this project. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next week when I start pulling out the fun stuff.